What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another video. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about reincarnation, okay? Now, this is something that is a pretty deep subject. It's pretty philosophical. There's a lot to talk about with this subject. But when you understand the nature of reality, when you understand that life is a dream, when you understand that dying is simply leaving the body and you don't really die, there is no such thing as death. It's basically like when you die, your soul leaves the body and then goes into another vessel or body. That's how it really works. And when you understand this whole concept, reincarnation actually makes perfect sense. Okay? And you might reincarnate into another body. You might reincarnate into an animal, into a bug, into some other form, in some other dimension. Even it can, it's not just limited to things on the earth. Okay, and where you reincarnate and what you reincarnate into and the kind of situation that you reincarnate into in life all depends on what you did in the previous life. It all depends on your karma and what you did. All right, so basically whatever you did, if it's something that was really evil, for instance, it's going to linger on and it's going to affect you in the next life, even possibly, the next many lifetimes, depending on the degree of evil, depending on what you've done to make up for it and stuff like that. And basically, what you have to keep in mind with all of this is, this is a really big reason why you should, why you should get on the side of good in this lifetime while you can, okay, while there's still a chance, okay, because if you don't, it's going to carry on with you and your karma is going to carry on into your next life and possibly the lifetimes after. All right. Now, I've already talked in my confession video about what I did and on my other channel, and the truth is I've actually had to face the horrible karma for that in this life. And luckily I've made up for it. I'm a different person now, and I'm consistently doing better as time goes on, trying to become better and stuff like that. So I'm just more than thankful that I've had a chance to redeem myself in this lifetime. And I'm one of the few people who will ever reveal their skeletons in their closet, and most people in their lifetime won't do that. I've revealed the darkest ones in mine based on that confession video. And what I gotta say is, you know, this whole experience made me realize some things. It made me realize that, people becoming evil, no matter how evil they become and no matter what they might have done, when all is said and done, at the deepest level, it actually wasn't really truly their fault that they became evil. Okay? What I mean by this is, based on everything that I've talked about with, the root of all evil, where evil actually comes from, it comes from our society, it comes from the way we eat, our lack of health. Well, if people are born into this, without a choice, and, they're raised by parents who, you know, bring them into this society and raise them up in this system, and they're raised in this madhouse full of chemicals and full of poison and full of bad health, then that's really what made them become evil in the first place, if they become evil later on and then do horrible things. So, the real truth is, yeah, they are going to pay for those horrible things that they did, but there will come a time, whether it's in this lifetime or many lifetimes from now, when they'll finally get a chance to redeem themselves and finally get on the side of good, okay, and finally get on the side of good karma, and their bad karma will finally be over. All right, they will get the chance to do that, and that's what an unconditionally loving God really is. Okay, it's not a God who sends you to hell for all of eternity with no chance of ever getting out. Okay? I mean, the thing is, Granted, there is a place like that in this universe, and people have gone there on near-death experiences. They've gone to a fiery place full of burning torture, full of demons. And, other people have gone there on certain psychedelics like DMT. And a common theme with all of it is it's a place where your perception of time feels really distorted and it feels really off. And therefore, a small amount of time, a small period of time in that space or in that realm or dimension or whatever you want to call it of hell, okay, feels like an eternity. Even though it's only about 1 minute, it feels like an eternity because your perception of time is really distorted. And this is where Christians have it mixed up when they think that you're going to hell for all of eternity, literally, when in actuality it's not literally. Okay, it feels like an eternity. Okay, but this space is reserved for the most evil people who have done the most evil things, you could say. And they eventually get out, and many of these souls have to do many lifetimes afterwards to make up for the evil that they've done. And and the real truth is hell doesn't just come in the form of, a fiery place with demons and, a place full of torture, burning, and all this other stuff. I mean, it can come in many, many different forms. You've got, homeless junkies on the street that are drug addicts, addicted to meth, addicted to heroin. I mean, their life is a living hell. They're already in hell, and then you've got other people growing up in abusive families, so, there's many different forms of hell. It doesn't have to just be a place of fire and, demons and everything else. Okay, so with all this being said, just understand that whatever evil you might have done in your life, whatever selfish things that you might have done in your life, okay, whatever skeletons you have in your closet, just know that at the deepest level, it wasn't your fault that you did those things. Had you have not been brought up in this society, in this unhealthy society, had you have grown up healthy and properly, this wouldn't have happened. Had you have been on your natural species specific diet all through growing up, okay, no chemicals, no stress, no slavery, real freedom and stuff like that, okay, you wouldn't have done those things. And you wouldn't have done those selfish, crazy, whatever things that you did in your life. All right, so this is a really important thing to say, and, a really important video that I'm making right here because of that. And, just understand the nature of reality. Understand that unconditional love doesn't mean sending somebody to hell, or doesn't, like, for all of eternity. It doesn't mean sending somebody to a place where they're going to suffer and never get a chance to get out. Okay, that's not how reality works. That's not, how things really work when you understand the nature of reality. So just keep this in mind. Understand that life is a dream. We create our own reality, and what you do goes into the next reality, in the next life. Okay? And you create your own reality now for that life as well, and for the lifetimes afterwards. Okay, so I hope everybody's having a good day. I hope everybody's taking care of themselves. And I hope everyone's trying to stay healthy and trying to do good. And yeah, stay tuned for more videos. All right, take it easy.